Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law, and after 55 years, I'm still in the game. I'm enjoying it more than ever. My son, Kerry, who's been an attorney for 21 years, is the managing partner of our firm, and my daughter, Jessica Meldon Nassim, is running our South Florida branch in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and all over the state. We're representing people who have been seriously injured through no fault of their own. If you ever have the need or know someone that does, please give us a call at 352-373-8000 or go to meldonlaw.com. We have a great guest for all of us today because I'm going to be learning along with you how to save money in your business. My guest today is Phylis Cauthen. How are you doing today, Phylis?
I'm doing great. Thank you, sir.
Well, this is fun. I'm so interested in what you have to say about how medium and large-sized businesses can save money. I know you're with a very, very large company called Schooley Mitchell. It's the largest independent cost reduction consulting firm in North America. So let's lead with that. Tell us a little bit about what you do, how you're involved with Schooley Mitchell, and what the business model is to save businesses like ours and others money.
Absolutely. Thank you for this opportunity today, sir.
You're very welcome.
Schooley Mitchell of Ocala. It's a franchise that I own here in Central Florida. I have the capability of being able to assist businesses throughout the United States. I create the relationships, the partners, do a discovery call with them to see how they operate. Because if you're an attorney's office, doesn't mean that you're going to operate the same as another attorney's office, where some attorney offices may do a lot of shipping and some may not because they do electronic. What I like to do is do a discovery call, see how they operate, see what their expenditures are, figure out what their goals are to see what we can do to help accomplish those goals.
So let me get this straight. Let's take one aspect. Say shipping costs. You use that example. If a company is doing $5 million gross revenue a year and they have $300,000 or $400,000 in shipping costs, how would you come in, evaluate it, and then give them recommendations on how to save money?
So what we would do is pull any kind of agreements that they currently have with their shipping partners that they utilize for vendors. Pull that agreement, pull invoices for a period of time, generally no less than 3 months. This way it helps create a baseline for their expenditures. Prefer to pull a year's worth. Because, we have...
you have Christmas time and you have other times when there's, heavier shipping.
Absolutely. And we start negotiations with the current vendor, and then we look at other ways that we could possibly help the business with other vendors. So with shipping, a lot of people utilize UPS for overnight or FedEx. I currently have a client with UPS, and we've been able to negotiate new pricing for him, and he's saving $160,000.
Wow, per year?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's amazing. So because of the scale of the Schooley Mitchell company, they're representing billions of dollars of spend in shipping. So when they come in and say to, Big Brown, well, we've got, $1 billion worth of shipping over the next year, and what kind of a rate can you give us? It's different than if I call up and say, I've got $7,000 worth of shipping, and what kind of rate break can you give me?
Absolutely. And what another part of what we do is if they see that they're growing, and we look at that percentage, and we can go forward to the vendor and say to the vendor, this is what they're looking at being spent. What can we do to reduce their rates even more to keep them as your client?
Right. Now, what are some other areas of potential cost saving that you look at?
We look at merchant services. I know it's one of them that it's a particular category that is very confusing.
Now, this is like credit card charges?
Yes, sir. Credit card and bank cards, ATM cards, the bank cards.
Okay, and how do you negotiate those rates? Because I know they can be high.
They can be high, and from what I have experienced, whenever an organization is utilizing merchant services for one process in their organization, then they add maybe like online purchasing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they will have two different vendors, and we can possibly streamline that so that there's only one vendor, not two, and it can create savings because of that.
So that you're increasing the volume that client of yours has with this one vendor. So you go, okay, well, instead of, $200,000 charge a year, we're going to get it up to $400,000 or $500,000. However, we want is a break in the rate, which I understand is usually somewhere between 1.5% and 3% of the charge.
Yes.
It's interesting because when we were doing a lot of criminal defense in our firm, we would have very large charges, like, $2,000, $5,000, $6,000.
Right.
And those were ideal for negotiating lower rates because it was only one transaction.
Right, opposed to two or three.
Or 200.
Yes, okay.
Like in a restaurant, right? If
Right.
the average ticket's $25 to get to $5,000, that's 200 transactions. So, I was able to get into that a little bit. However, I didn't have the negotiating power that you do, being with a large company and knowing what these different vendors are willing to do.
Exactly, and because we have that relationship built with the large vendors, such as Staples. What's another one? Centos for linens.
Oh, now are these similar? What I'm thinking of is Visa, MasterCard as the the most common charge, companies, credit card companies, basically.
Correct.
So are these other credit card companies, or are they the systems that process the?
It's the system. It's the system that we have, or that the business owner has.
Okay.
That's what designates the part of the costs. Mm-hmm. So then we're able to make those negotiations with the vendor for the processing.
Okay, I got it. I know the toughest one to negotiate, in my experience, was American Express.
I'm sure.
Right? Because they say, we're delivering clients that have the highest spending, and therefore, if we want 3 or 4%, we're entitled to it. Isn't that what they say?
Yes.
Because
yes,
I dealt with them before, and it was always easier to deal with Visa or MasterCard or somewhere because they're used to they do huge volume, and they have a lot more customers, and their customer base is varied. So you have low income up to high income. So they seem to be the ones that we found would negotiate the most.
Absolutely.
However, I never had the buying power that you guys have. So we're talking with our friend Phylis Cauthen, and she has a company. It's called Optimization Specialist. Okay, and it's a franchise with Schooley Mitchell. Is this huge company that helps people save money, mid-sized to large businesses, through the economies of scale.
Absolutely.
That's really what you're talking about. You get a company that congregates, hundreds of thousands of clients, and the buying power is enormous, so that you're in a position to compete with the multi-billion-dollar companies that are out there, because you take mid-sized to large companies and show them how they can save $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and I would assume that you get paid based on how much you save them.
Absolutely. We work on a contingency basis. So we find no savings, there's no charges. What we do is explain to them that you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And there's no charge to confirm where they're at. And it's really great for nonprofits, because then the nonprofit executive director could go to their board and say that we're doing a great job within this particular purchasing.
Right.
And then when we do find savings, we do share 3 months after into the savings, and that's when we start sharing the savings on a percentage. And we do that for 3 years. And during that 3 years, we continue to monitor the account on a monthly basis to make sure that they're being billed correctly and to continue for savings for a period of 3 years, so 36 months.
Now, do nonprofits pay the same as regular businesses for credit card charges?
Sometimes they're able to negotiate.
Mm-hmm. So if it's a nonprofit, if it's a national organization, they would have more negotiating power than a local with no national affiliation.
Correct.
Because, I've been lately seeing when I donate money to nonprofits, they go, there's a box. Will you please help us pay the cost of, the blah, blah, basically the credit card costs, right? And they want like 3%. And I'm thinking to myself, you're paying too much. Either that or you're charging me more than what you're paying, right? Because I know 3% on $1,000 plus charges is way too much, right?
Exactly.
They should, number one, it's a nonprofit. And number two, if they, have any significant volume, either through statewide or national affiliation, then they should be able to negotiate a rate. I don't know. How low do they go? 1.5% down to 1%, maybe?
I'm not really sure. That's a good question.
But anyhow, bottom line is, most of you in business out there have opportunities to put money in the bottom line rather than above the bottom line, the top line. And that's what the goal is. So if you have a business and you're making, $200,000 a year, and Phylis can come in and save you $75,000, all of a sudden you should be making $275,000. And that because of the nature of their business, they're looking for businesses that have gross revenues probably above $2 million on the way on up, because when you have a lot of gross revenues and a lot of expenses in certain categories, shipping, credit card charges, and that involves a lot of merchants. The opportunity to save money is greater the more volume that you have, gross revenues. So how do people get a hold of you, Phylis?
via my cell phone. My phone number is 352-342-3819. Or on my webpage, it's www.schooleymitchell.com/Phylis Cauthen.
So it's important that everyone knows Phylis has been in the community for 35 years, has a background in HR, human resources, business office manager, executive director, and brings in years of experience as far as running a business and how you can look for ways to increase your net profit by business savings. Also, I noticed that you're on the board of advisors for the Boys and Girls Club of Marion County.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been involved with them?
Just this year, and I'm loving every moment of it, being able to help our future.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I love it. I know the Boys and Girls Clubs of Marion County. It's an organization that serves a great need, and you raise kids, I raise kids, and we kept our kids busy, and we had to run around to be here and there, and it was a full-time job just getting the kids to all the sports activities.
Yes.
My grandchildren live down in Miami, and luckily my daughter has our office right across the street from their school, and the kids all go to the same private school, right? And next door is the equivalent of a Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
So, and they share a fence, and the kids can actually walk from the school after school's over to the community center.
That's great.
And then, my daughter can pick them up at 5 or 5:30, and they're involved in, basketball and gymnastics and, all the different activities and stuff.
Which is very important, and I love the fact that the Boys and Girls Club offer not just the physical activities, they also offer tutoring.
Which is great, yeah, because it's much different. When I was born, there weren't as many working moms outside the home as there are now. And when you have a working mom raising kids and she works outside the home, and the school's out at 3, it's really nice if you can have an alternative. Now, is there any system in which the kids can get from school to the Boys and Girls Club?
They do. Many of them do have their buses where they transport them from the school to the center.
That's great, because
Absolutely.
Then mom or dad doesn't have to pick them up and shuffle them over and disrupt the day, because I know that that's something that all families, when both the mother and father are working, or just one parent's raising the kids.
Right.
Okay, it's really challenging to find a good job, keep a good job, and take care of your kids, and make sure that after school they're not only in a safe place, but a place where they're going to grow.
Absolutely. Grow, and they have nourishment. They have snacks for them in the afternoons after school. And they have a great way to enrich their minds and their bodies physically.
I know. Well, I was over at the banquet, I think last year, and it was full. I mean, it looks like they have a robust group over there.
They do.
So, well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So, again, we're talking with Phylis Cauthen, and Phylis helps medium to large-size businesses save money, improve their efficiency, and because of the fact that she's part of a nationwide group that has tremendous, I'll call it buying power, negotiating power, which as lawyers we know about that, that they have the ability to get you and your business cost savings. So whether you have your own business or you work in a business and you want to show the boss that you're going to be able to save them a bunch of money, call Phylis. Phylis, give me your cell phone again.
352-342-3819.
Repeat it one more time.
352-342-3819.
Okay, I want to make sure that we have the call to action, here. So if anybody needs help, please give Phylis a call. It's Schooley Mitchell, and her company is called Optimization Specialist. And if they Google that name, would they find you?
They would find Schooley Mitchell, period.
Okay.
Yes.
And but if you're in the North Central Florida, then they want to contact you directly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
so I hope everybody is listening and gets that. Are there any other words of advice that you have to our business owners and people that work in medium to large businesses?
What I suggest is continue your education. We all have our specialties. And what I like to elaborate on is if I'm a podiatrist, I want to see somebody, or if I'm having feet issues, I want to see a podiatrist. If I'm having a heart issue, I want to see a cardiologist. If I need somebody to help increase revenue by negotiating new pricing, you want Schooley Mitchell of Ocala.
Okay. So that's the message. I want to thank you very much for joining us today, Phylis. We're here at this amazing podcast room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's pretty cool, right?
It's very cool. I can't wait to go and see the rest of the museum.
Yeah. We have a museum here, and we have a great restaurant, and it's really fun. So, and everybody out there, if you haven't been to Spurrier's, come on down and check it out. And if you have been here before, then I don't have to tell you how much fun it is. So come and join us. And thank you again for joining us on Meldon Law and Friends. And we'll be back in just a few seconds.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon, because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again!
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Jeffrey!
Somebody else hit us here.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. This is the part of the show when we try to catch you up to date with what's going on around the community and tell you a little bit about things going on. Of course, the big concert coming up in May, it's a little bit away. It's Morgan Wallen concert, and Meldon Law has a incredible VIP getaway package for anybody, whoever's listening or watching, no matter where you are. You don't have to worry, because not only are we getting you 2 seats in row 3 for the Morgan Wallen concert on May 16th. That's a Saturday night at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. 90,000 people see football there, and I think they're going to have it so that the stage is at one end of the field, and there's going to be 70,000 seats sold for Friday and Saturday night each. I think Saturday night's the show you want to be at, because Ella Langley's going to be there, and we're here at Spurrier's, and of course Louis Stokes, his wife Angie, and my wife Patricia and myself are going to host dinner for the winners of the 2 seats here at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. And for those of you that are out of town and want a place to stay, we have made arrangements at the newly renovated Holiday Inn just a few blocks away from the stadium where the show is, so you can just walk on home and not have to worry about driving late at night. So Morgan Wallen concert. How do you get into it? Just go to Meldon Law Facebook page to enter and win. So this is the biggest promotion we've ever had. And people are really responding well to it. Couple other things. February 27th, Swan Lake. Check it out. It's at the Riley Arts Center in Ocala. Beautiful ballet, and it's put on by the National Ballet Company Dance Alive, and the principal dancer is Rosemary Delorio, and she's the Swan Queen. So this is family-friendly stuff. Anybody that's got kids, take them to see Swan Lake. Bread of the Mighty Food Bank. This is our good friend Philip is very involved with this, and we support the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank in Gainesville at Flavette Field on February 28th, Saturday, 9 in the morning till 10:30. It's going to be warmer on February 28th, according to the weatherman. It's called Cans Across Campus. Cans Across Campus 5K. It's a 5K run. It's to raise money for the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank, and they do an awesome job. It's amazing how many people they feed, and we want to have schools, churches, community organizations round up everybody, have them show up, and it's going to be fun. Check out their website, breadofthemighty.org. Great organization. It's only $10 to enter the race. Swamp Fest 18, February 28th at Swamp Head Brewery. They're turning 18. We love our friends at Swamp Head, and check it out. 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. 11 hours. They're having a party. So show up, music. You're going to have terrific food trucks along with the brew. So give them a chance. HMA Mortgage presents the 3rd annual Cornhole Tournament in Newberry, coming up on March 19th at 4:30 p.m. So if you think that you're a cornhole champion, that's the place to be. The Meldon Law Jury Research Group is doing some incredible work. If you go to meldonlaw.com, you can become a juror, a research juror for us. You actually come we present a case. You're sitting in a courtroom setting, and you get free dinner and dessert, as well as $125 for your time. And all you have to do is go to meldonlaw.com, fill out the survey to participate, and you'll be on the list to be called. So give us a chance to have some fun. We really value this, and I'll tell you why. The juries come, and even though it's not a real in-court experience, they're real cases with real lawyers, and we use the information from those to share with the insurance companies in order to make sure that our clients get full value on their cases. We recently had a case where they were offering, I think, $500,000 to settle the case, and we had a jury research group evaluate it, and they came in much higher, and we wound up getting the case settled without a jury trial for $2 million. So think about that. We more than tripled the amount of money our client put in her pocket, and it was because we showed the insurance company what real people like you think about a case. So that's a little bit about what's going on. And again, Meldon Law has been in the North Central and Florida area. We've handled cases all over Florida since 1971. We have 7 offices all over the state. So if you ever are involved in a serious accident with injuries, please give us a call, 352-373-8000, or go to meldonlaw.com. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll be back with another edition of Meldon Law and Friends.